You ever work with someone who just takes your stuff like it's theirs? Yeah, me too. Except in my case, I got the last laugh. And let's just say, the look on his face when his notes started disappearing mid-meeting was priceless. If you've ever had a coworker who thought your desk was their personal shopping aisle, you're going to love this one. Hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up, because today's story is about petty revenge done right. Alright, let's set the scene. I work in a pretty average office. Cubicles, fluorescent lights, the occasional stale birthday cake in the break room. It's not glamorous, but it pays the bills. My desk is my little kingdom, organized, neat, and stocked with my favorite pens. You know the ones, smooth gel ink, perfect flow, just the right thickness. At first, I thought I was just misplacing them. I'd come in one day, notice a pen missing, shrug it off. But it started happening more often. 1 pen, 2 pens, 3 pens. My stash was vanishing like socks in a dryer. And then I noticed something. Let's call him Todd. Todd sits a few desks over. He's the type of guy who leans back in his chair a little too far, talks a little too loud, and thinks every office story needs his commentary. And one day, during a meeting, I saw it, my exact brand of pen in his hand. Same color, same model. I knew because I'd gone out of my way to buy them. They weren't the generic office supply pens. And Todd, he didn't buy nice pens. He was the kind of guy who grabbed whatever Bic was lying around. I felt this little spark of irritation flicker in my chest. Okay, maybe it was a coincidence. Maybe the office had stocked a few of the same pens. So I kept watching. Sure enough, next week, another one went missing. And who shows up at the Monday briefing with a fresh one clipped to his shirt? Todd. That spark turned into a steady burn. See, it's not just about the pen. It's about the principle. It's about respect. Every time I saw him using my pen, I felt invisible, like my space, my things, didn't matter. Like he could just take, and I'd do nothing about it. And that's when the idea hit me. I was scrolling online one night and stumbled on something called disappearing ink pens. They look completely normal until you write with them. At first, the ink looks fine, but give it 15 to 30 minutes, and poof, gone. Perfect. I bought a whole pack. The next morning, I came in early. I took my regular pens, locked them in my drawer, and left a handful of these magic pens sitting right where Todd would find them. Now I just had to wait. Sure enough, later that day, I caught him in the act. He walked over to my desk under the pretense of asking about a spreadsheet, casually grabbed a pen, and walked away like nothing happened. Game on. The real magic happened during our weekly team meeting. Everyone had a notepad out, scribbling down notes while our manager droned on about quarterly targets. And there's Todd, sitting 2 seats over, looking all serious as he writes. I could barely contain my excitement. About 20 minutes in, I saw him glance at his page. His brow furrowed. He rubbed his eyes, looked again. Then he flipped the page over like maybe he was imagining things. The ink was gone. I watched him press the pen to the paper again, harder this time, as if maybe he just needed to write darker. But no, it kept fading. His eyes got wider. He started whispering to the guy next to him. Hey, can you see this? The guy gave him a weird look. See what? At this point, Todd was practically sweating. He stared at his now blank notes like they'd been erased by ghosts. Everyone else kept writing. The manager was still talking. And I was fighting the biggest grin of my life. The IT was pure, unfiltered chaos inside my head. My heart was pounding. My face was hot from holding back laughter. Todd spent the rest of the meeting frantically, trying to jot things down on a new page. But by the end, even that had faded. After the meeting, I walked back to my desk, cool as a cucumber. And wouldn't you know it, later that day, all my special pens were back where I'd left them. Todd didn't say a word. And you know what? My pen stopped going missing after that. Completely. Watching Todd panic, glancing around the room like he was losing his mind. That was the sweet spot. The satisfaction of seeing him quietly return the pens afterward? Priceless. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, but it was the perfect kind of petty justice. Sometimes the best revenge isn't loud or destructive. Sometimes it's quiet, elegant, just enough to make the thief think twice before crossing you again. And that's exactly what happened here, justice served, with a side of humor. So what do you think? Was this the perfect office revenge, or would you have taken it further? Tell me in the comments. Smash that like button if this made you smile. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that prove karma really is real.